It's day 26 of the Body Shaping for Women Over 50 series, and today is a recovery core day. Let's go! And yes, once again, you guys, I said let's go, but what I meant was let's stay here. We're down on the ground. We're gonna be nice and close to the ground today. In fact, we are even closer to the ground today than we are on any other ground day. We are laying on our backs today. And I will tell you that today is some of the most basic core work that I learned way back when I very first learned core work, you guys. Welcome to the core workout. Pahla B, I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend, and I am all about core strength. This is my passion in life. I really want you to strengthen your core. And so today is honestly, it's probably the simplest workout I've ever done. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. It just means that we're nice and close to the ground. We're gonna be laying on our back. This is very relaxed and it's not intended to take a very long time. So having said all that, there's really not much that we can do in terms of like a warm up. I mean, if you'd like to, we can do a couple of arm circles because I'm looking at my list. Honestly, there's not even a whole lot of mobility until we get a little bit further into the workout, at which point you'll be mostly warmed up anyways. This is gonna be nice. I've actually been really looking forward to this all week. I do have a couple of notes just to mention to you. First of all, this is my dog Blossom. Oh, hi Blossom. Thank you so much for doing that on camera. Dog Blossom, and she loves the new chair. It sits right underneath the window here, and so she loves to sit in the chair in the sunshine, and it is so sweet to see her because I think she kind of knows that the cats can't get up there with her, that she gets the whole thing to herself. The other thing, and this is not related at all, I'm just going to mention it. So because we're going to be lying on our backs and rolling from side to side, and that's not really like we're not really rolling from side to side. We're going to be on our sides. There was no good place to put my recording equipment today. I mean, the microphone is always right here at my chest, but I have a little recorder that I use. So it is tucked into my shirt. So if you see me like adjusting anything, it's just my recorder. I promise. I'm not trying to be awkward. I just, am. Anyways, you guys. Let's lay down on our backs. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a fun one today. So we are laying on our backs. I mean, seriously, relax, take a nice deep breath, let your spine decompress. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the floor. For me, I'm letting the dizziness pass because that's what happens when I lay down on my back sometimes is I get a little bit dizzy. So I'm just looking at the ceiling fan and taking a nice deep breath. And all we're gonna do is find our core muscles. This is a question that I get asked all the time. And I know I tell you in every single workout, pull in your core, pull in your core. But honestly, if you don't know where it is or how to pull it in, it's kind of an ineffective thing for me to say. So that's what we're finding today. We're finding our core by literally pulling our belly button into our spine. You'll notice, I mean, it's kind of visual. You can see my stomach goes down a little bit. My back does flatten, but I want you to be really careful. And now I'm releasing my core, by the way. You can probably visually see that too if you're watching the screen. I want you to, rather than focusing on flattening your back, because that's actually using your back muscles, I want you to focus on pulling in from your ab muscles, your deep core stabilizers. It might not feel like very much, and that's totally okay, especially if you haven't worked on core strengthening very much. There's not a lot of muscle to be pulled in just yet. The muscles are in there, I promise. They're gonna do their job, but you just need to practice this. So we're just pulling in, and then while we're pulling in, we're gonna bring our feet nice and close together. While we're pulling in, we're gonna bring one knee up towards our chest. Now you can bring the knee up very quickly, but I'd like you to release it back down very slowly while keeping your core pulled in. You'll find out when your foot's about, 6 inches off the ground, that all of a sudden that got really tough and you could feel the work all through your torso. That's exactly what it's supposed to feel like. Go ahead and pull up that other foot, and then we're just gonna let it down really gently. Hands are just relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. That's where we feel it, a couple of inches off the ground. That's why we're going slowly, because the faster you release your foot and put it back down, the less your abs have to do. The slower you can move your foot, the harder this is, and the more your core has to work. here's the thing about your core. It's a combination of quite a few muscles. It's not just like one muscle. The muscles that we're working on right now are both the deep core stabilizers, the internal abdominal muscles that are wrapped around your spine, but also the external abdominals that are the ones that you could see when we get a six-pack of abs. We have two sets of abdominal muscles. When we're doing work like this, we're actually working both sets. We're working them in a way, though, that honestly, this is not the kind of work that's going to get you a six-pack of abs. I apologize for that. I know that we would all love to have visible abs. This, however, is so important towards getting any other kind of muscle building results that you want, that it is the place that we need to go. We're just going back and forth. I'm not counting, by the way. I'm not even trying to count. I'm not trying to tell you that we're doing some certain number of anything today. We're doing some. On some exercises, we will do probably more than others. We're going to do one more on each side of this one, and then we're going to sit up a little bit and roll over to our side. But let's go ahead and release down really, really slowly. You'll notice, of course, that I can talk the entire time, which means that I am not holding my breath and not squeezing so hard. I mean, yes, I'm concentrating, I'm focusing. Also, I've practiced this for years and years, but the effort is less than, for example, a push day. Let's go ahead and come over onto our side. And this is just really, really gently on your side. Whew, speaking of dizzy. You're gonna rest your head in your hands. Your elbow is on the ground. Your top of your arm is on the ground. Your whole torso is on the ground. Your bottom leg is bent underneath you. Your body is in a nice straight line. Top leg is out straight. Your body is in a nice straight line, and the thing that I really want you to pay attention to is that your hips are stacked. This is something that I took years to truly understand. So I want you to take the time to really think about where your top hip is. Your top hip should be directly on top of your bottom hip, not further back, not further forward, directly stacked. That's what this means. Your top leg is going to stay straight, and your toe is actually going to touch the ground while your heel comes up off the ground. And from that position, with your toe pointed down, we're going to raise that leg to wherever you can get to. You might be able to get a lot higher than me, and you also will definitely get a lot higher than me if you roll your hip back. This is why we're talking about the stacked hip. You're really thinking about keeping that top hip right on top of the bottom hip, and then go ahead and release it on down. Make sure that your toe hits the ground before anything else, and we're just going to touch the toe down. And then we're going to bring that back up wherever you can get to. I know you feel the work right here in that dimple at the back of your booty on the side of your butt, where your butt meets your leg on the side. That is exactly where we are trying to feel it. We're actually working like a whole bunch of the gluteal muscles back there. But that's the one really specifically, this lateral motion. This is the direction my hips don't love to go for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not super flexible this way, and two, I'm not super strong this way. And yet, if it comes to the point someday when we fall, you are very likely to fall a little bit more to one side or the other. Practicing this lateral strength, which we do all the time. You guys know this. I have us doing lateral moves all the time when we're doing cardio for this exact reason. It's fall prevention. Making sure that we can be strong in all planes, forward, backward, twisting, side to side, every kind of motion. I want to make sure that we have the strength to keep ourselves on our feet. When we work on our deep core stabilizers and our, for lack of a better way of saying it, side butt, this is keeping us on our feet for years and years and years from exercises that we can do on the ground. It's so awesome. We're going to do two more on this side here. I haven't really been counting. It's been, I don't know, a dozen, maybe, something. I know you're going to go back and you're going to count, aren't you? And then you're going to make sure it's even. It's totally okay. We're going to do some. I'm going to flip over so that I do not turn my back on you. You are welcome. Wow, speaking of dizzy, you are welcome to just roll over, whatever feels best to you. I didn't realize I was having such a dizzy day. This is very interesting to me. Okay, so nice deep breath. Bottom leg is bent, just kind of keeping you nice and stable. Think about where your hips are. Hips are stacked, toe is touching the ground, and up we go, wherever that leg can get to. I notice already for myself, this is my left side now, and my left side is not quite as strong. It is more flexible, so it might be going higher from flexibility, but it's definitely not from strength. I can feel that squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And I will tell you that, again, I'm gonna have it on screen for you. I might have it right here on a card or definitely in the end screens. I'm going to really, really encourage you to spend today, a recovery day, also spending some time on your foam roller. I'm not making it mandatory for those of us who do not have a foam roller. I didn't want to have a video that you weren't able to do, but I highly encourage you to A, own one, and B, use one. I have links in the description box below for the exact foam roller that I use, that I bought off of Amazon. Oh my gosh, well over 10 years ago. I've had this thing forever. It's been outdoors at my boot camp. It has been to every single client I have ever had when I used to do in-home personal training. I'm on it all the time. My husband uses it all the time. My sons use it. This thing has withstood the test of time and abuse, and it is still a great foam roller. Here's why specifically I'm mentioning this right now. When we use muscles that we don't use all the time, that are a little bit, for me, a little bit weaker, a little bit, I can feel how hard I'm working to pull this up, it might be tight and sore later. So just later today sometime, if you have the time and a foam roller, hop on the foam roller and roll out your glutes. You guys, we're going to turn back onto our backs here as soon as I do one more on this side, which is more or less what we did on the other side. And we're going to do dead bugs, one of my favorite kinds of exercises. We actually have two versions of dead bugs. You might be familiar with one or both. Dead bugs are something that many of us did immediately following pregnancy, if we had diastasis recti, where your abs separate. It is one of the nicest things that you can do for yourself, and it is bizarrely challenging. So we're going to have our hands up towards the ceiling. We're on our backs again. Whole back is flat. Your knees are bent. Feet are flat on the ground right now, but they're not going to be for very long. Going to have both hands up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to go ahead and pick up both feet. So your knees are at like a 90-degree angle. Your hips are also at more or less a 90-degree angle. If you can't do full 90 because your abs aren't quite that strong, it's okay to crouch it in a little bit more. What we're going to do though is basically a reverse pointer dog. So my right hand is going to go down towards the ground while my left leg extends all the way out. And then we're going to bring it back up. This is working both your internal and external abdominal muscles, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left hand goes down to the ground while right leg extends. And we're just going to breathe in between. This is a little bit more work than the other things that we have done. We are building towards something more difficult. That is how we do our workouts, you guys. We're not going to do a ton of these on each side. I know that these are a little bit tougher, but this is such good work, making sure that you have pulled in your core. Find your core and pull it in, and then ask it to do some work. And then just breathe at the top. Take your time. You do not have to do as many as I do. I'm not doing a ton, but if it feels like too many, don't do them all. Take your time in between and do really, really good dead bugs where your core is pulled in super tight, rather than sloppy dead bugs where your lower back has volunteered to do the work for you, as lower backs are wont to do. We're only going to do one more on each side of this version, and then I'm going to show you the other dead bug, which is, for me, a little bit more difficult. And then here's the last one on this side. Excellent. Come up to what is more or less the resting position. And then we're going to do this out to the side, laterally. Part of why this is difficult for me is because of the coordination. My right hand is coming out to the side in line with my shoulder is the way I'm going to describe that. So out to the side, down to the ground. My left knee is opening out. You're trying to keep both hip bones up without really rolling into it. Some of this is leg strength, some of this is hip flexibility, some of this is hip strength and glute strength. We're doing a little bit of all of it, and we're gonna go back and forth, really pulling in your core, and then pulling it back up, and then opening out to the other side, really thinking about which limb is doing which thing. I'm noticing that I'm thinking so hard about my hand that both of my knees are actually trying to open up. Keeping the knee upright is more difficult than bringing the knee down to the ground. It's so funny how our brains work and what they're good at and what is challenging for them. This is not a difficult motion, but it's definitely challenging me. Awesome job. Oh my goodness. Making sure that you're still breathing. And pull it up. We're going to do one more on each side. So hand down, knee down. Between the coordination and the core strength, this turned into not a sweaty workout, but it's not an easy workout either. As promised, there's always a little bit of work, whether it's for your brain or your body. There's always some work to be done. And then very, very, very gently, go ahead and bring your hands in first, and then gently bring both feet down at a time if you can. Notice the slower you come down, pull in that core, pull in that core, pull in that core. Oh, yes. That was a little bit of bonus ab work, you guys. We're going to sit up. We're going to take a nice deep breath. We're going to let our head stop swimming around. And then we're going to come over onto all fours. Coming up next, we're doing something I call fire hydrants because it's like a dog at a fire hydrant. And what we're going to do is from this tabletop position, we're on our hands and knees. Hands are nice and flat directly underneath your shoulders. Your neck is just neutral. Your knees are probably about hip width apart, maybe a tiny bit closer, wherever feels balanced to you more or less. And we're going to do that same hip opening motion where your knee is opening straight out. Now here's what I want you to think about. Pretend like you have a raw egg on your back. So you're not trying to open it out. You could, like a dog, you could open significantly further. But what we're thinking about doing is squeezing from that side glute, from your inner thigh, from your groin, all of those muscles that in my case do not like to open up, are not super flexible or super strong. They're all trying to open up out to the side. Wherever you can get to is where you can get to. This isn't about trying to open your hip really wide. It's about trying to squeeze from the correct muscles. Just like we've been doing, you guys, when we are thinking about excellent form, sometimes the motion isn't huge, but when you're doing it correctly and squeezing from the correct muscles, it is incredibly helpful to you. We're going to do two more on this side. That one right there. Still breathing. And that one right there. Excellent. And then we're just going to come and sit back for a half a second, if that's comfortable for you. I wanted to make sure that your wrists have just a quick second to take a break because we do have the fire hydrants on the other side. In fact, I'm going to turn around just for something fun. I'm going to turn around so that you can still see the fire hydrants here. And then I've got one more on our hand. In fact, no, I've got two more on our hands because our finisher is also on our hands. So I wanted to give your wrists a little bit of a break. So find your position again if you did move, and then we're going to open up. Oh my gosh, on the other side. This side, again, this is my right side, not again, but this is my right side, which means for me that it is significantly stronger, but it is also far less flexible. It's so interesting how your body has compensations and strengths and not strengths, and every bit of your body does something a little bit different from the other parts of your body. These are the things that we are noticing this month. This body shaping series isn't just about shaping your body. It's about noticing your body, paying attention to your body, feeling what your body can do well, what it does less well, what it needs to practice, what feels good, what feels less good. This is all just amazing and interesting information. You guys, we're going to do two more on this side. And then we're going to do one of the best exercises in the whole wide world. I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's our last one, our last fire hydrant. We're going to do a couple of push-ups. And no, we're not going to do a lot of them. And yes, I'm going to sit back here again really quickly. I'm going to tell you that you should do whatever kind of push-ups you can do. If that means push-ups on your toes, do them on your toes. If that means that you actually need to get up and be against like the side of a couch, or maybe you could do them, you know, from here, from wherever you are, against the side of a couch, side of a wall, whatever. Push-ups are some of the best core work that you can do. A push-up is honestly one of the best exercises you can do for your entire body. It recruits every single muscle in your body. The thing is though, unless you're doing good form push-ups, they're not doing a whole lot for you. So get to wherever you need to get to do really, really good push-ups. For the sake of today being simple, I'm going to do them on my knees. If you'd like to do them on your toes, please do. They're good for you. We're not going to do a ton. In fact, I am going to count. We're going to do 5. We're going to do 5 really good push-ups in excellent form. Get your entire body in a nice straight line. If you have your knees bent, make sure that you uncross your feet, please. We're going to get our chest all the way down to the ground. And then we're going to come up. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders, maybe a tiny bit wider from this plank position. Your body is super duper straight. Your shoulders are engaged. We're going to come down for 2 and back up. And yes, we're holding a plank for a couple of seconds in between. I know. We're going to come down for 3 and back up. Breathing, holding onto that plank. We're going to come down for 4. All the way down. Can you touch your nose to the ground? Not by bending your head, not by bending your neck, but because you can literally flatten your whole body for 5 on the ground. Awesome job. Go ahead and bring up your knees underneath you again. I've got one final thing for us. It's a finisher. I know, the push-up really could have been the finisher, right? But no, I've got one final thing for us. And it really is balance work. As promised, we're doing balance work for our finisher all month long. This is something, I didn't even have a good name for it. It's just crouching, hands and feet balance. Here's what it is. We're going to be on our hands and you're going to come up on your toes. So your booty's going to go up in the air a little bit. I mean, it's a crouch. It's a weird position, to be honest with you. And we're going to go around the world. You're going to pick up your right hand and put it back down. You're going to pick up your right foot and put it back down. You're going to pick up your left foot and put it back down. You're going to pick up your left hand and put it back down. And then we're going to come back around the world. So left hand, left foot, right hand. And for one final challenge, we're going to try and do a bit of a pointer dog here. We're going to pick up our left foot and right hand for a quick second. And then the same thing on the other side. Right foot, left hand. Oh my goodness. And we're going to do that one more time on each side because that was ridiculously difficult. Opposite hand and foot for as many seconds as you can. And opposite hand and foot for a couple of seconds. And down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have the tiniest little cool down here for you. All we're going to do is just like roll out our shoulders a little bit, a little tiny bit of arm circles. Well, I tell you that tomorrow is a nice moderate day. We've got cardio toning with our lightest dumbbells, which means that we're thinking about recovery today, eating for recovery while preparing for a moderate day. It means that we're eating our baseline. You guys, I have, okay, on screen here for sure, I have the foam roller series because I would love for you to spend some time on your foam roller today if you have one. I also have an extended cool down / stretch that's here on the ground also. That's just a really nice complement to this one. It's not meant to be any more work than this. It's just a nice gentle way to spend our recovery day, really taking care of ourselves. You guys, I'm going to do one arm opener because of course we've got to do one arm closer. Give yourself a hug and a pat on the back. You did really, really, really good today, and I'm super proud of you. And make sure that you click the subscribe button. I'll see you tomorrow.